Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So another off-season showcase, and this time it is Professor X and Silver Centurion together. A bit of a tag team here, 2 fights each back to back, and yeah, we'll get into it. The first three of these fights are all from the same war, which is the war just previously, which was over Saturday, Sunday. And the final fight is from a war on Monday, 17th of January. I've taken it in the evening before bed. But yeah, this one was taken in bed. So yeah, it is a very sloppy fight with Professor X. And that's the first, in fact, that's the only real mistake, to be fair. But as you can see against a hit monkey, it costs you a lot. I'm half asleep. I've forgotten that, obviously, when I've triggered his cunning stances or whatever. I think it's the primal rage one. He can shrug, right? So he shrugged and he comboed and I bled, and it ate a lot of my health, but I decided to keep this one in anyway because I go on to get the solo regardless, you know, so it's a bit of a clutch in that sense. But it's still nice to see, first of all, the tactic of the Wither. He's got power focus 1, so I suppose it doesn't do too much in the grand scheme of the fight. As you can see, more of that tiredness kicking in there, throwing a special one pointlessly into his block. But with Ebb and Flow, Knockdown, and Professor X's specials, this is just like, you know, this is one where he can just really nuke it with incredible special damage with the bonus Fury as well from knocking down. But yeah, you see here, get the Fury up, get on the special thing with 3 prowess, and that is, you know, it's just big chunks of damage each time. So just a nice showcase of what you can do, and also a little bit of, like I say, those withers coming into play. But yeah, with power focus 1, it's not really the biggest wither showcase as much as the rest of the damage on this fight, and Professor X just being a pretty good option. His falters as well come really in handy. I think there was a point early in the fight where you see the falter really save me, as I think just mistime a combo and Hitmonkey hits into me, but of course the falters. So that was a really sloppy one. This is a pretty well taken fight, I think. So this was one I was really excited to take actually at the time. It's Domino on Footloose. I don't believe we've ever sent a Silver Centurion here, and I'm not sure I've seen one anywhere else on YouTube. But of course, he's got a slow built in to his heavies. So I figured, you know, as long as I'm able to land those heavies fairly consistently, which is what I wanted the Wags pre-fight for, I would probably be interested to try it without the Wags pre-fight at some point, just to see how consistently I can do it, because I think the reach on his heavy is quite nice. But yeah, I feel without it, it's going to be very hard to maintain those slows, and so I think he's one that you would really want the pre-fight for, and so it wouldn't be a number 1 counter to this fight. But he's another option, right, especially if you've got that pre-fight to spare. So at the start, I wasn't sure how clean a fight this was going to be. The answer is no. I did forget about that there, yeah. I got parried again. Like, it's off season, I've been taking a lot of these fights very casually, just for experimenting and testing things out. But yeah, it was just a nice one to, again, I did get the solo on this. I think all the fights I've included are solos, so it's just a nice showcase of Silver Centurion's slow utility here, and more of his damage output that we, you know, already know he's got. Weird interactions as well here, though, is seeing those, you know, evade and unstoppable buffs popping up despite the slow being on her. So the evade one I've seen before. I know that one's a visual bug because it doesn't seem to affect it. I'm being told that my alliance mates and other people, that the unstoppable one is also a bit of a visual error, in the sense that, you know, it doesn't actually do anything. But it's also, people feel, to do with the force of will node being there, and how slow reduces, you know, evade and unstoppable ability accuracy. So yeah, definitely one I would be interested to find out more about, you know, what the intended interaction is there really, you know, and is that just a visual error, or our slow's not actually supposed to work here. It'd be nice if that one was cleared up by Kabam at some point. I don't, it doesn't seem from speaking to different people anyone is entirely sure at the moment, but no, we'll take it. And yeah, it was a fun fight to do. So yeah, like I say, this third fight is in the same war. We go in with Prof X, we've healed him up a bit. And he's by no means a Mephisto counter, so I didn't have a Mephisto counter on my team. When I was taking this, it was the morning for me, so all the American guys, which is the majority of our battle group, had already moved, and everyone had kind of peeled off left and right, and yeah, no one came center, because obviously I asked for the Domino to be kept for me. So I just had, I think my buddy Smile there with his pre-fight for me. But yeah, so I figured I wanted to try the thing on the on the fight after this, which is in my previous video, which was the Shang-Chi video. And so I thought, you know what, let's just give this a go with Prof X. I don't need him for anything else, like, let's just give it a go. And he does a great job. So something as well, because I'm ending my combos with different endings, so medium and lights, to use the attacker tactic and get the withers up. I forgot as well that when you hit, I think, 75 charges, you can actually enter mind control by ending your combo with a light. So that was interesting to see as well. I'm used to triggering mind control by just capping out on those channeling charges by hitting 100. But yeah, that was an interesting interaction to see as well. And yeah, as you can see, he's just like, his damage is good enough to just work through this despite not being a proper counter or having incinerate immunity, anything like that. And yeah, just moves him down here. And yeah, he was running suicide, so he kills himself off with recoil at the end. Always very nice. Right, on to the last fight. This is another Silver Centurion one, so like I say, a bit of a tag team going on here. We're back to Silver Centurion now. And we're up against Kitty Pryde on a 5A path. So this is from today's war, well, when I'm recording this, so this is Monday, 17th of January, late night for me. I'm actually just about to go to bed, so thought I'd throw this together because I've got a busy day at work tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to upload it at some point in the afternoon. But yeah, this, when I was assigned this, we're kind of using this as a practice war for season now, with season expected to start on Wednesday. And when I was originally assigned this, the officer actually thought I had a duped Silver Centurion at the time. So the plan was actually to kind of get backed up a bit, heavy counter her heavy, and then that would get rid of the protection because it's ebb and flow heavy here, and flow knockdown rather. And then when she's knocked down, she's also got right back at it as one of her moves. So then I would just let the damage over time do the work, but she goes immune to debuffs, right? So when you have a dupe Silver Centurion, those become passives, those incinerates and shocks and plasmas. So that would have worked, but of course mine is unduped, sadly. I would love for him to be duped. So instead, we just said, right, new plan, don't knock her down, kind of thing, and just heavy counter the heavies. Don't stun her as well, because you don't want to give her the prowess to then be able to phase and all that. And there, that was just, yeah, tiredness again. Like I say, I'm doing a lot of these kind of like late evening just practice. I actually did like a little bit of dueling on this one, which I haven't been doing in off season really, but I did some dueling before this one just to get the heavy countering, because like I say, we were trying to take this as a bit more serious of a practice war. But yeah, clearly didn't practice her specials and forgot the special one. You can't just back away from it. It's got a really long reach. So at that point in this fight, I'm like, right, block the special ones, and then I tried to bait out special 2 as well to see what that was like at one point. And after testing the water with that, realised, like, it's pretty safe to just back up there, as you see. And I think kind of like halfway through this fight, I'm going to just start punishing those as much as I can. Of course, sometimes she will just throw the special one. Anyway, like here. And yeah, with suicides, those are currently hurting a bit more, but it's okay because she's also taking recoil damage, so it pretty much balances out. But this gives me a good idea for season that this would be a pretty comfortable and safe fight with Silver Centurion. It's a bit of a slow one, but well, unduped, of course. Duped, the plan would be slightly different and it would probably go a lot faster. Yeah, unduped, he can still make it work. He's just a bit of a slightly slower option, but you know, sometimes slow isn't the worst thing in the world. You just want safe to get you through a fight, and he's pretty safe, you know, just bait those special twos and punish, and yeah, punish heavies as well, you know. She's got a really short, quick heavy, but it's also, yeah, one you can just back out of and go straight in on her as well, as long as you've got the timing off it. Yeah, I found as well, I hadn't fought Kitty a lot, so I don't know if this is a general thing with her AI or if it was just specific to this fight. She seemed really open to intercepts. There was quite a few opportunities where I was just backing up a little bit and kind of questioning, do I think I can get the intercept? She would just, you know, make the decision for me by kind of opening up and running into it. So it was a really nice fight in that sense. But that's pretty much all there is to say. It's almost down. It is going to be a solo. It's a very safe fight, as I've said, and yeah, hopefully this just showcases a few fights for Professor X and Silver Centurion, two people who I don't generally see a lot on War Attack, so it was very nice to get them out myself. I don't really use them a lot and would certainly enjoy getting to use them a bit more here and there. But that'll be all for this video, so take care and I'll see you in the next one.